Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tessie. Today I'm going to be recreating this dress. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly do that and let's get right into the video. For this, I'll be making use of 6 yards of fabric. So we're going to be cutting out the bustier part. So guys, in case you want a button at the front side of the bustier, chalk your button allowance first. But I don't want a button, I'm just going to be adding zip at the back of the dress. So guys, this dress is an off shoulder, so when sewing an off shoulder, you minus 1.5 or 2 inches from your shoulder measurement, and then from that point you chalk how off you want your off shoulder to be. So I'm taking 6 inches off. From that point there, I will chalk my armhole line, which is 8.5 inches, my bust point, my under bust, and then my half length. After doing that, I'll connect all my lines. So I'll go ahead now to connect the lines. After connecting the lines, I have my chest line, bust point, under bust, and my half length. So I'll place my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 plus half inch. I'll connect it all the way down. So at the under bust, I'll use 1 inch here, 2.5 inches here, because the bust I'm working with is a bigger bust. So I'll connect it to the half length, and then from the under bust, I'll connect to my bust point line coming down by half inch to eliminate pointiness around the bust area. So at the chest area, I'll be using half inch on both sides for my dart. So I'll connect it to the bust point line coming down by half inch as well. So guys, just watch my video on how to make an off shoulder. You understand what I did here. So I'll go ahead now to replace my dart and impute my measurements. So at the chest line, my bust point divided by 4, replace back the dart here, add 2 inches for my sewing allowance. So I'm just going to curve the armhole. At the underbust, I'll place my underbust measurement divided by 4. I'll replace back the dart and add 2 inches for my sewing allowance. At the waist area as well, waist divided by 4, replace back the dart 2 inches for my sewing allowance. So I'll go ahead now to connect my lines. Then for the neckline, for the sweetheart effect, I'll come down here by 1 inch, and then I'm just going to blend it in. So guys, if you're adding sleeve to yours, you can just leave the armhole this way. Since it's an off shoulder and I'm not adding a sleeve to mine, I'm just going to blend it in this way. So we're good to go. So for the bust dart, I'll come down at the bust line by 1 inch and then slant it to the bust area. So I'll go ahead now to cut out my front pattern. So like I said guys, I have a detailed video on how to perfectly cut out an off shoulder. Watch one of my video and you understand. I don't want this video too long, that's why I'm not really explaining much. So I'm just going to blend this. We're good to go. For the back, I'm going to be adding a zipper at the back. So I'll chop my zip allowance, which is 2 inches. I'll connect it all the way down. So guys, for the back, you determine how off you want your back to be. So I'm taking 8 inches off for the back, and then from that point I'll chalk my half length. So the front half length is 17 inches. Your back half length should be 1 inch shorter than the front. So mine is 17 inches for the front. So for the back, I'll make it 16 inches. So I'm going to chalk 16 inches and then connect it into a straight line. So I'll go ahead now to cut out this down part. We don't need it. And then I'll label these as my zipper allowance. So at the chest line area, my bust divided by 4, I'll chalk it down plus 2 inches for my sewing allowance. At the half length, my waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches. So I'll go ahead now to connect my lines. So we are good to go. I'm going to be cutting out this part. So guys, after doing that, for the zipper bulge at the half length, I'll come here by 0.75, and then from that point I'll slant it all the way up. So I'll go ahead now to cut out this part and notch the zipper allowance area. So we're good to go. This is what the front and the back looks like. I'll go ahead now to cut out the flea part, that's the down part. So what we need to do is to fold our fabric into a triangle this way. So we're just going to be cutting one full flea for both the front and the back. So guys, since Ankara length is by 45, we are going to be joining. So I'm just going to fold this way, and then after folding it this way, we are going to pin it down. So just bring it back here and then pin it down. So the joining is just going to be at the back side. So fold it this way and then you pin it down. So guys, now we are going to be inserting our measurement. So what you need to chalk down is your waist divided by 2, then you're adding 2 inches for the button, 2 inches for the zip at the back, and then 2 inches for your sewing allowance, which is total of 6 inches. So my waist divided by 2 plus 2 inches for my button allowance, 2 inches for my zip allowance, and then 2 inches for my sewing allowance, which is total of 6 inches. So I'm just going to chalk it down there, and then I'm just going to rotate what I have all around. So you place your tape this way, and then you chalk that line. So as you can see, after chalking it, I'm just going to cross check if I have the accurate measurements, which I did. So the next thing to do is to take out your half length. So the half length is 17 inches. I took it out, and then I'm going to be chalking the full length of the gown. So the full length of the gown is 62 inches. I'm just going to chalk it there, and then we are going to get the measurement and rotate it all around. So I'll place my tape this way and then rotate my measurement all around. So I'm just going to be chalking my lines and then take it all around. So we are going to be joining on that other part. So guys, after doing that, I'm going to be cutting this part out, and then we are going to slash this other part. So we have one piece for the front and one piece for the back. So I'm just going to take out one piece. The joining part is going to be the one for the back, while the full part is going to be the one for the front, which is this. So I'm going to fold it into 2. I'll also fold the back into 2 as well, and then we are going to slash this. So guys, after slashing, this is what it looks like. You know, for the front we added 2 inches for our button allowance. So I'm just going to chalk that button allowance line, and then we are going to notch that part. So I'll go ahead now to chalk and notch. So what I'll be doing is folding this part. That's where the buttonholes is going to be. So I'll go ahead now to fold this part, and then I'm going to be folding the other part as well. So guys, for the bustier, I've gone ahead to add my paper stay. She doesn't want it padded at all. She just wants it plain. So I just added paper stay. So I'm going to join the bustier together. So like I said, I have a video on how to perfectly pad and join a bustier. So just watch that video. For the back, I'm going to be holding the back darts. I'll hold it, and then we're good to go. So guys, this is what it looks like after folding the button allowance area. So I'm just going to overlap this on this. Just watch what I'm doing. Just place it like this, and then you're going to be stitching the top part just to hold it together, but make sure to overlap it so you stitch this together. So guys, after joining the bustier, this is what it looks like. She doesn't want it padded at all, so I also joined the lining piece as well. Now for the hand, this is what it looks like. Now to know the amount of fabric to cut out, you know, we took 6 inches off for the front and then 8 inches off for the back, which is total of 14 inches. Then I added ½ inch for joining allowance, which is 14.5 inches. So guys, if you don't want yours as big as mine, you can fold it and make it tiny, but this is how she wants it. So I'm just going to place it on the main fabric and then place the other one. I'll use the lining to turn it out. So I'll place it, and then I'll go ahead and stitch. Then after stitching, this is what it looks like. I'm just going to be joining the up part and the down part of the front together. So after overlapping the down part, this is what it looks like. So I'll place the up part right side facing each other, and then I'm going to be stitching. So for the back, I've gone ahead to close the zipper allowance areas, as you can see. So guys, I'll go ahead now to join the back side together. So I open up the zipper allowance area, and then I'll place this right side facing each other, use ½ inch to sew both sides, and I'll close it back. So guys, I'm going to be attaching a pocket to it. So I'll fold my fabric into 2 this way. At the waist area, I'll come down by 2 inches. So I came down by 2 inches. I'm just going to notch that part. That's where the pocket is going to be starting from. So my pocket is going to be starting from this side. I'll fold the back as well. From the waist, I'll come down by 2 inches as well. I'm going to be notching this part, and then the pocket is going to be starting from this part. So guys, for the pocket, I've gone ahead to cut out my fabric. I have 8 inches here, and then I have 10 inches. I have 4 pieces, as you can see. So I'll place my fabric on the notched part, and then I'm going to be stitching. So I'll go ahead now to stitch. I'll repeat same thing here, place it from that notched part, and then I'll be stitching. So I'll repeat the same thing for the front. I'll place it at the notched part, stitch, and do the same thing here. So guys, I'll be placing the front and the back side together, right side facing each other, and then I'm going to pin it down and then take my measurement and shape. So I'll go ahead now to shape it out and shape it all the way down. So guys, after doing that, this is what it looks like, as you can see. So I curved the pocket area while shaping. So guys, for the sleeve, please do not forget to insert this inside the back. I totally forgot to do that. Insert it inside the back before turning the lining, and then you're good to go. So guys, after doing that, I'll go ahead now to add the zips. Guys, I can't wear these clothes, but I'll be showing you what mine looks like because I did the exact same thing. So guys, this is what the end result is going to look like. This is what mine looks like. As you can see, I made it for myself as well, and this is it. So guys, this is also the back. This is what it looks like. Hope this tutorial was helpful. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and drop a comment. See you guys in my next class. Bye.